One of our brother don't call on Igbos Southeast to embrace ESN because a bag created by the government cannot protect Igbo land. If you watch 3 days ago, there is a video circulating in social media across Enugu State, Ebonyi State, and other parts of Southeast. The trooping in of Hausa Fulani terrorist bandits, whatever they call them, trooping in our land. So this video is showing it clearly that there is no job in this place. There is no construction going on. And why these people is disguising as laborers and they are trooping in our land. What is going on? But the question today is those who are fighting ESN, Biafra Liberation Army, and so on and so forth, those Igbos. The question is, are you ready to fight those guys, the main terror in your land? Are you ready to fight them? Because we are watching. Don't think we don't know you. We know you all and we are watching you. We are watching you fighting your brothers. When the main enemy come in, hope you will fight them. Because if you fight alongside of them, everything you own in Igbo land will be shared by the people you buy. You know what I'm saying? So guys, this is our brother General Asabuja. Don't cause those who are castigating or fighting against Nnamdi Kanu. I want you to watch in this picture in the background here you are seeing. Since 2016, the Nigerian army has conducted operations in Southeast. They carried out a lot of operations in Southeast. And this is the names of the operation they have created in Southeast. Operation Python Dance 1, 2016. Operation Python Dance 2, 2017. Operation Python Dance 3, 2018. Operation Crocodile Tears 2019. Operation Crocodile 2, 2019 too. Operation Golden Dawn 1, and so on and so forth. All this thing is in Southeast. I want you to watch something. For recent time, you don't see unknown government again. You don't see the Biafra armies showing in the street. They say they are watching behind. Everywhere have remained calm, and they are coming again to create another operation in Southeast. Despite what is happening in the north, in Benue, it's in Southeast. No be smart, you know, they say Yoruba don't finally crash with the Northerners, as this Yoruba man called them a fools. Say they will never be a Kaban. Because when watching what is going on with ADC and APC, they say no, Tinubu go lose. So the Yoruba are panicking. So let us watch the videos before we come back and continue. As they watch this video, maybe they share they share the video. Share and follow this channel for more updates.
I need to talk to Igbos, generally Igbo nation, whether you are in South or in Southeast. I need to talk to you. Whether you are a governor of Southeast or you're governor in the South, I need to talk to you. You see, so far so good. I have come to discover that while other people, Yorubas, Hausas, Middle Belt, and the rest of them are making moves to protect themselves over the invasion, the very clear invasion of the Fulanis, jihadists in this part of the country, our people are just docile. Our people are just there doing nothing. Nobody is saying anything about our security until it happens to our people before we start running helter-skelter. Now, I have come to also have been thinking about the security of NDIGBO, because as an Ikure man, I'm an Igbo man, okay? And if there is any form of security, we should think of how to secure our people. Now, what am I saying in essence? I've looked at all the various patterns that is going on within the Southeast and South-South. I've noticed that Ebubagu, they call Ebubagu, will not save our people. Our people don't even trust Ebubagu. NDIGBO does not trust that name, Ebubagu, because that name has caused a lot of problems. People don't see it as a security that is in favor of our people or that can protect our people. So Ebubagu, even if Ebubagu is doing well today, Ebubagu can never be trusted by NDIGBO. So for that reason, I think we should discard anything Ebubagu. And in my own opinion, the best security network or security outfit that should be accepted by all Igbos still remains ESN. ESN stands for Eastern Security Network. I think the Igbo nation should adopt it. I'm calling on NDIGBO, especially the governors, to put aside every form of pain or anything that is causing them not to accept that name is ESN. ESN should be adopted. ESN should be adopted. I'm calling on Southeast governors, adopt that ESN, because right now, Igbo nation is porous. Nowhere, all the borders, everywhere is porous. Nobody is protecting our people. It is wrong to do things at the dying minute, not when these people begin to kill people. That is when you start running letter scatter. At that point, you don't even know what to do again. At that point, you cannot even do things well again. This is the best time to come together. The 5 Eastern State governors, of course, Delta State and River State, should come together to see how they can form a security network. And I think the best security network to adopt, since it is already in existence, it should be ESN, because, of course, ESN, I have my own reservations for IPOB. I do not like some of the things they are doing. Of course, even though I know very well that they are not the ones responsible for the insecurity in the Southeast. Everything you see today labeled against them is false. It's false. ESN or IPOB is not responsible for all those things. These are all purported plans, narrative played to destroy that good name IPOB, which I'm quite aware. Even at that, I have a little bit reservation over some of the activities, which I do not like. They are not strategic. That's one put aside, is zero. But then, let's put aside every of our differences at this point as Igbo nation, and let's call for a meeting. Let there be a meeting of stakeholders, and let them have adopt a security outfit. Even if you do not want to have ESN, come up with a security outfit that is well accepted by all stakeholders, all the extractions within Igbo nation. Have a meeting and let there be a security network. But if you ask me, I will tell you we should continue with ESN, but then we should modify it. But let it remain ESN. Nothing is wrong with ESN. ESN did not kill anybody. ESN did not. They went on to protect our people, even though we had some bad eggs. That, of course, this is just an accusation. It's an accusation. It is not a true reflection of what is happening within the ESN. I don't think they did any of that. But they labeled, when you want to give a dog a bad name, you began to destroy him. You began to look for something, giving him a bad name and all that. So that is exactly what they did to ESN. NDIGBO, rise now. The governors of Southeast, if you know, please send this message to them. Put aside every difference and let's see how we can have a security outfit that will protect NDIGBO now that they have not come to invade our people or overrun us overnight. So now is the time for us to start planning. We cannot keep quiet while other people are planning. You have Omotekon, the Yoruba people, you have several other people are planning seriously. And now you want to keep quiet. That is not the best way. So I'm calling on our people to rise up and form a security network, or we adopt that ESN, because that's, if you ask me, I would say let's go with ESN, and then let us modify it and make it more adoptable for all. Nobody should say IPOB. Let's leave all those differences and look at how we can protect the Igbo nation, because what is coming, some of you do not even know. Some of our brothers are business oriented. They don't even go online. They don't know what is going on. They are not even privy to what is going on, even newspaper or news. So I am calling now those of you who can help to, share this information, share it to the appropriate office. Let the Eastern Region government, comprising the 5 Eastern government and Delta State and of course River State, come together and let's have a security outfit that can protect our people. That's just what I'm going to say. And this must be devoid of any form of religious undertone.
God punish you, thunder fire you there. As all of them we won't be through southeast, God go punish on a thunder go fire on her. All of them will be through southeast. God go punish on a thunder go fire on her. See, they kill your brother, they betray your brother. One day go be a turn. John, I don't put in the gallery there. And I don't put in there. If I was some FULANI man, go green brother they there. If I you go green brother they there. That's why I say, I don't just know.
What you are saying here is the amount of operations the Nigerian military have conducted in the southeast since 2016. Like what you are looking at here is the amount of operations that the Nigerian military have conducted in the southeast since 2016. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. Since 2016. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Since 2016, 11 operations. How many people they buy for southeast compared to what they buy for northeast? Or northwest? Or north central? Or even southwest here? How many people will be say, if you check it now and dip it, we all know before this nonsense the southeast was largely peaceful. Before they went and did Operation Python dance, the southeast was largely peaceful. Now the southeast is experiencing peace again, and they have started to they want to launch under Operation Udo Katri. Are you people mad? Don't you have priorities in your life? Nigerian military, your colonel just died, brigadier generals are dying, generals are getting unalive by terrorists in north, west, northeast, north central, and what are you doing? No. Let's go to the southeast with all our battalion, with all our trucks, with all our tankers, with all our grenades, with all our RPGs, with all our rifles, with everything. You people have not spoken the truth about what Igbos did to you people in this country. Life, we never talk through. When you parent to speak the truth, then we can sit down and talk. 11 operations, whereas we have not seen one single operation of this magnitude happen here in southwest, where they keep people in Oyo, where they keep people in Ilorin Kwara, the Owo massacre. No, but let us just see Igbophobia. I know it's Igbophobia, but you know one thing about Igbos? Let me just say, whatever people are doing is being cake. It's being cake, man. Because let me tell you, if we could survive the war, where everybody, including Russia, including Britain, came at us, including Egyptians flying the jets for Nigerian military, and we are now the richest tribe in the whole of Africa and one of the richest in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing you can do. We will always bounce back. But this in fact, let me say, if you see all these city boys, they say city boys, have it in your upper, if you even have sense at all, because people are wasted. Saboteurs, God forbid. Igbo will always prevail. Don't worry.
Because they see them to be a fool. The Northerners are fool. These are the people we called Meruwa before. You can give them money to go and bring you cow. They will use their head to carry cow from Kano to Ore. And now they said they're now Kaba. Where do they learn? Where did they learn politics? Where did they learn all this they want to exhibit? So they call them Kaba. A foolish person. You are calling Kugumi Kaba. Working for Absalam. Then using a helicopter to go and collect ransom in Kwara. Using a helicopter to drop a rifle inside the forest everywhere. You call these people Kaba? the Northerners has failed. They are going to beg for forgiveness in Nigeria. How they come about Fulani in their midst again, we want to know. They need to explain this to us. We are three in Nigeria. That is Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. And they have made a meeting before, after the Civil War, that Igbo will not rule this country again. And that was the reason why the money they now change to Naira. They now make it Naira and Kobo. Do you know the meaning of Naira? Nigeria, this Nigeria, will not be ruled again by the Igbo. Then Kobo means kill anything that has to do with Igbo.
My people, now don't hear them as it they happen. And how would they bring them? They give you now. The problem of NDIGBO is NDIGBO. If you want to fight an Igbo man, use him brother. And that is what we are seeing in Igbo land today. For example, if your brother is not getting it right, it's a matter of negotiation, agreement, or look at how we are going to do this in other way for us to achieve one thing. But in Igbo man case, it's not like that. The next thing the governor will do or the president will do is to pick up phone and call Abuja. Even though they don't call Abuja, Abuja is always ready as long as it's in Igbo land. Because creating more checkpoints will make them more money. If you go to Imo State, Abia State, Anambra, Enugu, and see the kind of checkpoint in Ebonyi State and see the kind of checkpoint on the road. My brother, my sister, you ask, are we fighting war? Imo State is the worst. Imo State is the worst state than all states in the southeast. Everywhere there is police checkpoint, there is military checkpoint, there is this checkpoint, there is this checkpoint. And the funny part of it is that they are not there to check your vehicle, are your tires good, but they're just there to extort you. They're just there to beg you for money, to extort you. When you fall galadima you don't have, they mark you next time. Omo, you must pay. There's no two ways about it. We are not at war, but we are at war. Do you know the freedom that you feel if you want to navigate to your village and you move freely and navigate to your village? Even though you pass police on the road, maybe they are there to protect the lives or property of the citizens, but in this case it's none. They are there to collect money. To collect money. To extort the drivers. To extort the travelers. This is what is happening in Igbo land. And you yourself that call yourself you are fighting your brothers, you feel comfortable. You don't know you don't feel comfortable, of course. You are not happy, of course, but you have no choice. Your stupidity and your ignorance have blocked your deaf ear. You have no choice. You are a failure. You have no choice. So guys, this is what is going on in Igbo land. And it's still going on. Is still going on. Do you think that if it is not the coming of ESN, before Mazin Nandikari created ESN, there was already a attack upon attack in Uzuwala. There is a heavy attack in so many Enugu communities before the coming of ESN. Why the Fulanis are very angry? Because ESN really dealt with them, with their cows. ESN dealt with them. And that is why they are very angry. Their initial plan to conquer Igbo land from Enugu to Imo State failed because of ESN. And right now, they are using the bona fide indigenous of the land to fight their brothers and to make way for the main terror to come in. They're already in the bush, of course. So all I'm telling you that is with gun following whoever you are following today, fighting your people, be ready to protect your own land. And I pray today that anytime it will happen, it will start from your own family. Your family will not escape it. You will reap what you sowed. That is my prayer for you, because I don't know what is wrong with us. If the northern elders will come out boldly defending our Fulani herdsmen, defending them in all corners, refusing to label them as a terrorist, rather by use a word, a bandit, and call them a repentant or prodigal son, and all you can do is to fight your own, may God judge you. May you reap what you sowed. He who will kill by the sword will also go by the sword. Guys, share this video. Drop your own opinion in the comment section.